Greetings, everyone. Before we dive into greetings, everyone. Before we dive into the interaction, I want to take a quick moment to introduce a new channel to all of you. After years of experimenting with filmmaking, we are proud to announce that Powerhouse Films has now introduced a brand new music channel exclusively to this to the Powerhouse Films universe. Who's called Powerhouse Records is the first ever YouTube channel dedicated to all Powerhouse Films music and beyond. We will be making our own original music to use in our films. And of course, because they are all multi-use, and because we won't copyright strike anybody down, how if they should use our music, we will be allowing them to use our music, heck, heck, regardless of any situation. And, and you can find our first track already on the channel. With that being said, we are more than happy to welcome an all-new era into the Powerhouse Films universe for new music. And we'll also be making tracks for the CJ Studios series, The Adventures of Beyond City, as well. Now, without that out of the way, we also want to take a moment to express us why our Powerhouse logo looks different compared to the Powerhouse logo from 2022. Well, that's because in 2023 we have created an all new Powerhouse logo, and to coincide with the new era, Powerhouse, which actually existed since 2018, has decided to upgrade its logo a little bit. And as a result, we decided to upgrade our logo to include the Powerhouse text in 3D. So without hey, and we hope you continue to enjoy this logo because this logo will still be in use in 2026 as well as 2027. And we will continue using these logos for multiple usage. And because we want to be able to share our love of video making and music with all of you, we will be uploading some changes to the schedule, including a schedule itself for when we release films and for when we release music. Music on the Powerhouse Films channel will also be distributed to other music sources via DistroKid. And all payments will go towards my family to help them in need. And we can't wait to enjoy making music that is all original and all cool to enjoy. Now, with that bit of information out of the way, I want to personally thank the Powerhouse Films community because my main channel, if you have not seen it already, Austin the Superior Beyond the 2021, uh, Hun has reached a fantastic heck total of over 2K subscribers. Needless to say, unfortunately, some of those subscribers are from fake users. And we'll get into that topic a little later on. But with that out of the way, the latest short that my channel has in general has reached a grand total as a result of 250 videos. And I want to personally thank you for all of the contributions that you have made throughout this journey. None of it would have been possible without your support. Now, with that away, let's start the intro for this episode. And do keep in mind that we are using RenderForce for it. Alright. We'll put a link down below to RenderForce if you want to check. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and fire up the intro. Welcome to the Powerhouse channel, where we sort out the who and what and the right and wrong of online interactions. Yep, you guessed right. Right, Allen Hernburger. Uh, uh. And if you remember his channel, you will know exactly which one I'm talking about. It is this one here. Coincidentally, this is not the first time we have had to talk about him. And this is definitely not something we wanted to discuss. Us. Well, apparently, according to Twister Kid 2021, apparently Allen Hernburger has quote-unquote died after being run over by a metro train in Tinley Park, Illinois. But since news sources have not confirmed that yet, that it is impossible to tell whether Allen Hernburger did actually die or not. However, I do want to point out that this is not the first time that we have talked about Allen on this channel. Okay? Channel. Oh, and because of the fact that Allen Hernburger has done some controversial stuff, we're gonna go into a deep dive in what actually happened. And no, we will not show any sensitive content whatsoever because it is against our policy here on Powerhouse to show any sort of content related to any illegal activities. That is extremely sensitive and would instantly get called out for. Without out of the way, hey, let's dive into this interaction. Hmm. Hmm. And besides that, we will be going into a big discussion about him. Well, ironically, we're going to be doing something that we have never done before live on stream, and that is because we will be actually attempting to ban Allen Hernburger from this channel. You may remember we were attempting to do that earlier. However, the videos did not make up quite well. No, however, one important thing to note is that Allen Hernburger did steal the Windows Vista opening animations, and that was illegal. Oh, eh. And of course, Powerhouse Films and Powerhouse Films do not condone any actions that are highly illegal. Hmm. Hmm. Oh. Oh. First of all, we'll be going live and who are live back into our streams from a while back, and highlighting which its content we're going to be filing a copyright claim against. The the first one we covered dates back to our stream, which is ironically titled "Unwelcome Back, Baldy McNosehair," which is a reference to Sonic's mock name for Dr. Eggman. And the actual video does not start until the 11:20 mark. Like on our channel. We will also be doing a review on another video. We will also be attempting to take down another video called Penelope and 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 with a obey on restraining orders when Allen Hernburger clearly forgot that they are not on restraining orders at all. Oh, it should also be noted that they don't wear those types of shoes. Hmm. 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 With that out of the way. Hey, hey, let's try to stop Allen Hernburger once and for all. Oh, oh. Now this is sensitive info Oh, and we will not be showing any sensitive info stuff during these requests. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Will also be uh will also be attempting to remove them. Not using the copyright tool. Oh, oh, bec- the good news is we can actually help someone else out. Take him's beyond videos, for example. His videos were stolen a couple of times in the past. Yes, and we'll be taking a look at his channel. Who, as well as something else. Else in the series. Hmm. Hmm. Now, before we begin, then we understand that the real random Lozzy's his most active channel has unfairly been terminated by hackers. And if you would like to support her, we will be leaving a link to her currently used channel, which just so happens to be her original channel as a result of that false termination. Hmm. Hmm. Will also be. Hmm. Should be noted that It should also be noted that hasn't been posting as much as he should have, and we will be making sure that we deal with him appropriately. Mm. Hey, the first video, we're gonna be taking a look at today. Hey, and reporting for me. Hey, harassment, running for violent acts is best million school bus crashes ever, which was made a month ago. Month ago, will we? Hmm. 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 We will, of course, as you can see here, 30, 36 seconds into the video, Allen Hernburger manages to crash into the bus and run it off the rails. And uh, and with them at 121 on, and thankfully the buses are very empty. Hey, eh, there's another one at 156 X, and a second one as well, and it runs the train off the tracks. X. The next one happens to be here at 2:53. Oh, 55, sorry. And crashing into a tunnel, breaking the in the fictional bus. And I quote fictional because there's no single student on any of the buses Allen Hernburger crash is in during this gameplay. Hey, and thankfully, phase off in front. Hunt. Hunt. Hex. Hex. For this specific video, we'll select 36 because uh, we will be reporting it under additional details. We will call it harmful, dangerous acts because wrecking a school bus in real life is a harmful, dangerous act. The next one we're going to take a look at is another one of Allen's most annoying video. Holmes. 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 The fat shaming video with Allen. Eight. It shows it at 149. We'll also be reporting this one under harassment and bullying. Clean. And we'll of course be reporting it. Mm. Hurt. And now, uh, apparently, Allen Hernburger is still stuck with the GTA fee. Hmm. Although this looks more like the American Ulster, his racing game. Hmm. Fortunate. Hey, it didn't show much violence. Hence, however, this one there had starting at 5:21, so we will be reporting that as child abuse. Hmm. And it will be. We all will be reporting today. Hmm. Today. Now, and I did mention in the previous post that Allen Hernburger has been called out for being a pedophile. How? For shipping a 17-year-old real person with an almost 12-year-old fictional child. And it's still pedophilia because even though it technically counts as victophilia, it's still counted as pedophilia because it is way beyond the age gap. Which is very illegal. Hmm. Hmm. And not only is this is the most annoying line on Hamburger hitting on home whole problem yet. And it should be noted that Ellen has committed several crimes. Hmm. 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 And I want to also take a moment to tell you what Allen Hernburger did horribly. Hey, as you well know, my Uncle Calvin passed away, hey, on March 20th, the days, hey, the vernal equinox began. Hmm, hmm. And Allen Hernburger has clearly made a big boo-boo. Oh, because he called my Uncle Calvin the N-word, which made him helping me find this. Hmm. Yes, and as a result, even just my and pink Disney Princess House 2K10, who we will refer to as Lesbian, and agreed that Alan Hornberger was in the wrong to do that. And she felt sorry for my loss. Us. And of course, but gaming, who, but gaming Dylan, 8849, who we will refer to as Dylan Gamer, uh, who we will refer to as Mr. Gamer, uh, uh, didn't agree that it was awful, but he claimed that swear words were quote unquote sexual content. Well, not only is that not sexual content, and and he he brought up a YouTube video, well, claiming that it was sexual content. Well, not only is that not sexual content and is freedom of speech, but it was completely misinformation because that video was not a reliable source of info. According to the Roblox guidelines, users are allowed to use profanity, provided that they still comply with restricted content policy and community standards, and they won't allow language that is used to harass, discriminate, incite violence, or threaten others, or used in sexual content. Hmm. Hence, as a result of what Allen did, it showed that he has no empathy for anyone. Hun. Well, I'm happy to report that Caesar Rosas Jr., the creator of CJ Studios, filed a report against Ellen Hernberger. Against that, hat, and and because of what Ellen Hernberger said, and it made people pissed off, and it rightfully gave Ellen Hernberger a strike. Like, like it's safe to say he was never the best user of all time, but rather the most despised user. And he recently made CP, which we will refer to as vibrating toothbrushes. His he is certainly not going to make me stop proposing his BS claims aims, except those including vibrating toothbrushes, is due to a policy he to criticize him. Him, and I stand by what I originally said to him. If anyone needs to go touch grass, it's him, because it's obvious that everybody hates Allen Hernburger, because he made vibrating toothbrushes and he shipped a minor with a child, which are both illegal. Oh, and they prove him as a pedophile. Oh, so no, he is not better than anybody. Howdy, howdy. Hey, and in reality, he should have been arrested for child and public negligence, child abuse, making a post of a child in the buff of of which and showing it on camera, which counts as making a vibrating toothbrushes video, which is illegal. Cyberbullying multiple people online and in real life, harassing innocent people, and stalking them, such as Twister Kid 2021 and his stepsister Karen Hayden, and his actual friend Stephanie Vogt and her daughter Kelly Vogt. Attempted murder of a child, trespassing on private and public property, tampering with safety equipment by hacking the fire alarm system of the daycare. Hmm. Uh, Shipping a 17-year-old with an almost 12-year-old, as I mentioned earlier, which is pedophilia, stealing and using content and brands without consent, which is copyright infringement, assault on children, minors, and adults, vandalizing and burning property owned by others, making threats to beat up people online, and theft of property owned by others and by public services such as the Slackers Bay Fire Department, using fabricated evidence to make false claims about where people and characters live, using fraudulent information to claim what others are doing, using fabricated evidence to claim what Penelope Pussy is allergic to, in which he claimed they were herbal gummy bears and frosted flakes, when the actual medical records showed otherwise, as the doctor clearly said she was allergic to peanuts, using fabricated evidence to mistake Ruby Radcliffe for Raina Pate, who is the hero of a tragic truck accident that almost killed a man and a truck driver in that incident, and has a preschool named after her, by the way, using fabricated evidence to lie about people's date of birth of multiple times, including the time when he claimed that Twister Kid 2021's birthday was on February 17th, 2008, when it was actually confirmed by his medical records that he was born on November 28th, 2007. And attempted kidnapping of several people, children, minors, and adults. Adults included attempted false imprisonment, threatening and attempting to call DCFS on people with little to no evidence on what they did wrong to the children, framing people for crimes they did not commit by making a robot clone of Julie Puss. And making that clone abuse her $2, fat shaming innocent people, hypnotizing innocent people to abuse their own children, hypnotizing innocent children to act like troublemakers and commit crimes, spreading fraudulent information about real-world events, like claiming that Richard Nixon quote-unquote discontinued the music box when that was never true to begin with, because as Richard Nixon resigned in 1974, and the music box is still being made to this day. Hey, it should also be noted that Richard Nixon financed his first congressional term with poker winnings. Hence, violence towards children, minors, and adults attempted and actual docs. In of several locations of real people without proper evidence, giving the blue screen of death by making videos that crash the computer, violating multiple laws and YouTube community guidelines. Hoes violating the restraining order sent against hence him and Ashley Hayden by going near the children, minors, and adults who set those restraining orders up against them in the first place. Hence, hence, and of course using hate speech and racism towards children, minors, and adults. It should also be noted that and disrespected my uncle's death. So those get added into the crime counts. Counts. He also sent death threats to people, and termination threats, and even falsely reported me a few times. Right. And by falsely reported me, I mean my main channel. Channel. Spoiler alert. Hurts to Allen Hernburger. It was my friend Caesar vs. Jr. who reported his host disrespecting my uncle's death. Have not me. He, and he is in no way in control of me. He banning my mock name against him. Because what he did actually he caused danger. Besides, was no severe weather drill in Snackers Bay, nor in Tinley Park, Illinois, which his universe is set in, nor Land of the Beyonders, which is set in Wales in the UK. And this was definitely, and his recent video was definitely not based on Twisted Kid 2021 on being scared of a weather, as he doesn't know that for one, and for another, his swim unit was never taken away in the first place, as Twisted Kid at the time did actually feel ill. He is currently feeling well, but that doesn't excuse the fact that he had the audacity to lie about what actually happened in his life. Right. And babies don't even sleep in containers. They sleep in beds of their own called cribs. Hips. Well, aside from Molly, he pussy, since she was instantly upgraded to a big old bed as a result of the hold of the holiday special David Sacker and I worked on. I'll leave a link below in the comments if you want to check it out. Oh, oh, first of all, oh, oh, it is my call to oppose BS, to criticize others if I feel like it is absolutely necessary, and at this point, they were absolutely necessary. Harry, they claim that age-restricted videos can't be removed from YouTube. Well, not only is only is that not the case, but I've actually seen age-restricted videos that got removed from YouTube for violating their community guidelines. Heinz and DCFS cannot come to Canada due to being in the US only. Hey, hey, spoiler alert, Allen Hernburger. Uh, yes, you actually can get banned from YouTube because you actually violated the community guidelines. And honest, and him getting a strike honestly serves him right for disrespecting the death of my uncle. Oh, eh? And and Allen claimed that Dora the Explorer's got deleted on July 31st, 2023. Well, not only was that never the case, but Paramount Plus still has that show on to this day, as well as the Canadian version of Pluto TV. Hey, this goes to show that Allen was conclusion jumping. Hey, copyright takedowns and copyright strikes exist. If he even attempts to steal my videos and use them against me, I will be taking appropriate action against him. Hmm. Yeah. Should also be noted that Allen Hernburger has a lot of deck writers, which is a gift. That's our policy. He, eh. And Allen always lies about stuff that never happened. And he certainly needed to go to grammar school because he always misspelled things. Huh. And of course, Allen Hernburger claimed and and that the Percy family is quote unquote moving to Plainfield, Illinois in the summer. Well, not only is that not the case, but they've never left Slackers Bay, hey, except to go on vacations. Hmm. It should also be noted heard that Allen Hernburger has caused a lot of danger towards people. Overall, oh, he also Hulk Hulk claimed to claims that he would try to quote unquote repost my stuff until I quote unquote on when he was the one who needed learning in general. Oh, and nobody cares if he is done or not because he will be done for good when he gets terminated. And what I said was the truth. He needs to stop bullshitting, and he deserved to get reported because those videos had violated the community guidelines. And he claimed that I was going to go back to quote unquote kindergarten. Well, not only is that not the case, but it should also be noted that I already graduated from kindergarten a long time ago. I think it was between '05 and '06 when it happened. And was it 6 or '07? Anyways, Hayes, he has no legal right to tell me what to do because he is not my guardian. So and so he's the one who goofed up and made illegal accusations. Hence, it should also be noted that Allen Hernburger had no legal right to tell me what to do in the first place. Hence, and and at least one of the things he did agree on was Rita Pate going to Central Middle School when she was younger. But that still didn't excuse the fact that, alas, he had another two crooked fallacy a moment when he claimed everything I said was a lie when it was actually the truth and the harsh reality. And babies do not sleep in containers. They sleep in cribs, which are beds made for babies, and they are allowed to sleep in them under the age of 2. Oh, I also find it laughable that he would claim that they need to be quote unquote at least 2 years of age or weigh 20 pounds when the reality is that babies don't even need to wait that long to begin with. When babies are born, they are often placed in cribs, which are beds, by the way, of their own at the hospital to be taken care of before they are allowed to come home from a hospital. If they get seriously hurt or severely sick and they need to go to the hospital, then they can get placed on hospital beds, and it affects any age. One baby in particular, huh? From a real life video I saw, actually started crawling at just 3 days old, and that place that they started crawling in was in a crib, not a container. Huh? Huh? And besides, I have more experience than him on the matter of hmm, huh, huh, of stopping holes like Allen Hernburger. Huh, and there was no way to block me from calling him Allen McPedophile, which he rightfully deserves to be called. Hmm. Hold. The babies are us. I also go over the list of realities in both the real and fictional world. Hold. Hold. Babies Are Us is real and was actually founded in 1996, not 2025. Hi, hi. Richard Nixon never discontinued the music box as it's still being made to this day, as I mentioned earlier. And also, as I mentioned earlier, Richard Nixon served as U.S. President until he resigned in 1974. He was U.S. President from January 20th, 1969 to August 9th, 1974, when he resigned, and he never did a second term afterwards. The U.S. president that succeeded Richard Nixon was actually Gerald Ford, and he was the one that served from August 9th, 1974 to January 20th, 1977. And the music box was and still is being made to this day, even after March 21st, 1976, because Richard Nixon was not president back then. It was Gerald Ford who was president in 1976. Bella, baby. He Dundrum is real, and WHP Global is real, and the current owner of Babies Are Us and Toys R Us, as proven by their official website. Right? And the owner of the company is Yehuda Schmidman. Children can get appendicitis, as proven by what Mayo Clinic's website actually said, proving it was, and it's not just for the over in general. Penelope Pussy is not allergic to herbal gummy bears or frosted flakes. She is allergic to peanuts. And no, her allergic reaction to peanuts is not an act, it's very serious. And the Paisley is not Twisted Kid 2021's girlfriend, as they are not dating. Molly is too young to have Bud Light beer in general. There is no such thing as Penelope Molly Stores Inc., as it doesn't exist. Yes, Liam Yonda does not live in Canada. He lives in Wales in the UK. Hey, that's me who lives in Canada, not the other way around. Hmm. Hound, hound. Speaking of UK, that's where the real Random Lozzie lives. Is, and it was confirmed she is from England, not the United States of America. Gave us records from the state of Nevada, not the state of California. Huh. Ah, DCFS in Illinois is only limited to Illinois only and cannot take people away for simply reposting posts and criticizing people. Oh, for making BS statements. Locking people up at the Glenview Hotel on Island is illegal as it counts as false imprisonment and get you arrested. And lying about people when people are born can also get you in trouble with the authorities. One example is that they use a Twister Kid 2021's birthday is on November 28th, 2007, not February 17th, 2008. And since his locations and has been doxed several times now, it should be noted that doxing is illegal. I made a video regarding why people should not dox phone numbers. Hmm. About when people are born and misgendering people can get you in trouble with the authorities. Shipping a 17-year-old old with no else 12-year-old is illegal. As well as making quote unquote vibrating toothbrushes posts because they count as pedophilia and can get them arrested because of not only how large the age gap is but also because CP or vibrating toothbrushes at this point aren't is illegal to show. I even looked it up. Huh. And must Molly may be too old for a mower on a crib after 6 months. Hunts, but placing a fire alarm on the crib is illegal regardless because it helps nobody sleep. Hey, now, although Sydney Sierra did fall asleep due to a fire alarm, it was because she was wearing headphones at the time and she was at the mall. Her version was silent and turned into a nightlight. Heights. Heights. And she never had a mobile when she was a baby. Maybe, which explains why high is are very different and compared to most people. Oh, it should also be noted that he had a hearing problem when she was born and was fitted with hearing aids to help her sleep. He better as ones were specially made for her size. It's another mix-up. Is mistaking a person and for another, and that could count as mistaken identity. And could cause trouble if somebody is claiming to do something that they didn't. One prime example is Allen and Huntington, and from the CJ Studios Brainiac Adam crossover episode called Brainiac Imposter, technically the Brainiac Imposter trilogy. Hey, he caused assign a mistaken identity when he created a fake Hank Adam clone. Huh. And of course, the mobile was never found in Romeoville, as it came with a crib from Babies R Us when it was purchased there in 2017. And Penelope's room was never empty when Penelope was a baby. The crib did not come from Darwin Furniture, it came from Babies R Us. And, and the PJ Brenda Paisley wears is not from Shine, nor was it ever classified as an elf costume, nor does it make her a dork. And Eli Paisley is certainly not related to Brenda and Emily Paisley. Julie Person does not have Instagram. Henrietta Pate is an adult, not a child. And Ruby Radcliffe is not Rita Pate. Hey, now, Julie Pussy cares for all her kids and does not treat them like dog crap. And Chris Pussy does not have an adult form yet. And likely will not receive one. Hun, until later on. Hun, and it should be noted that goals from Sarkis Bay, who we will refer to as the Flying Titans, and are not on a restraining order, nor were they against the Percy family, because the Percy family did not set a restraining order against the Gulls, and they are friends with them. The only ones that are on a restraining order against the Percy family and the friends of Allen Hernburger and Ashley Hayden, as they were the abusive shitheads who keep harassing them 24/7, 365 non-stop. Huh. Brenda does not wear a bikini. She wears a two-piece swimsuit made for girls. And it should be noted that Brianna Gonzalez doesn't even know me, and I am not going to die by her, mainly because I don't even know who the hell she is in general, so it's an impossible theory. Alan always forgot the pluralism rules. Oh, he needs to stop spelling things incorrectly and pluralize his words and correct them. It should also be noted that Gabe brother, huh? Gabe brother. It should be noted that Gabe the Slacker has a brother, not a sister. Although he did say he wished he had one. But he doesn't. And Molly, he and, and Penelope did not sweat when they didn't want to Liam Beyonda's videos. They were clearly crying. And babies don't sweat while crying and vomiting. They only sweat when it's hot out. Oh, he gave us every right to make posts debunking Ellen because he always makes posts with impossible questions and bullshit statements about what really happened. Hmm. And about what Mayo Clinic said actually and about how children can get appendicitis. 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 Yes. Yes. Ellen needs to deal with the fact that I'm never gonna stopping him until he gets terminated because I'm doing this to criticize him for the crimes he committed, which includes making abusive videos out of Gay Vasaka's characters and treating him like dog shit. It should also be mentioned that Penelope and Molly and the friends do not get abused by their own families. Please. My first and last names spelled Austin and Forster, not Austin or Forestor. For store isn't even my last name as proven on my birth certificate. Hint. Hint. Stay mad, Allen McPedophile, because I ain't going back to kindergarten. Button. And Alan tried to. Hide. Oh, because Penelope is innocent and doesn't deserve a grounded series made out of her at all. Oh, and Gabe Sucker did not create Mitchell Snoots or his family. Is that a person by the name of Colin Hildebrand, who we will refer to as Colors 358. Hate who made them. And Felix Snoots is not named Taylor, and Taylor Snoots does not exist. Yes. And my username has and always will be Hey Austin the Superior beyond the 2021. Not Austin the Superior N-Wood 2021 because Superior is actually a reference to a person who helped me out in the agronomy community when I first joined it. Hence, and gave a sucker did not hot claim that Lori was not pregnant. Hence, Allen claimed that Lori was not pregnant when had Liam beyond his video oh, and gave Osaka's video from their respective channels proved otherwise. And by the way, Brenda was born on November 15th, 2013, not 2014. Pain. Pain. It should be noted that Ellen did get the birthdays for Sarah, Mary, Ellison, and Everly correct. June 29th, 2018 for Sarah, December 29th, 2017 for Mary, July 28th, 2018 for Ellison, and April 24th, 2018 for Everly. However, Cody and Kaden Williams were born on May 10th, 2018. Kristen Paisley was born on July 9th, 2003. March 17th, 1983 for Morgan Osborne, and February 12th for the Spray Twins, Hens, Ruby, and Riley. Hey, it should also be noted that we're being add now. Dora the Explorer is not deleted on July 21st, 2023, and age-restricted videos do not get prevented from being removed. And the only slogan that Babies R Us had was the place to buy everything for your baby. Nah. Hey. Hey, and Peyton Jahari at mm, he he was born on the day Allen claimed of a quote unquote birthday host mm, host that he claimed Julie Percy was gonna turn, when in reality she was not gonna turn that age. Mm, mm, age. And I will be making an upgraded PJs for Brenda Paisley soon. Hmm. 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 Now, of course, as I mentioned earlier, Lena Page rescued two men from a truck incident that almost killed them, and has a preschool named after her that Molly Ellie goes to. Night hats are really worn nowadays, but they are certainly not discontinued as they are still made to this day. Eli Paisley was actually born in 2004 by his own mom, Brooklyn Paisley. I'll make a design later if she's still alive. Hey, Allen Hernburger also claimed that fire alarms don't have are not attached to fire stations. But needless to say, he is 100% wrong. And here's why. Fire stations have fire alarms because they depend on them to alert firefighters to an emergency situation. It is also required by law to have them installed due to the fact that it is an essential part of saving lives. 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 And, and Anna Gonzalez's father was confirmed to have passed away from a heart failure, not a shooting. Hey, and even though I don't know Brianna very well, I feel sorry for her hearing this. Yes. And trains like a Metro cannot leave train tracks unless they hit broken tracks or get tires. Because for the road, either spelled T-I-R-E-S or T-Y-R-E-S, as either spelling is correct. Act due to different countries spelling it differently for the road, therefore making it impossible for people to get run over by a metro unless they are on the tracks, which could severely injure them or kill them. Both of those things I wish should not happen to people. I ain't heartless to say this to others, but unfortunately I cannot control how life works. We're still not going to get run over by a metro in general. And makes Rachel would never hit anybody with a baseball bat, as she's very kind to our audience and to children. And making her do that in a fictional video ruins her reputation, and I will not stand by that. Hint, hint. Sarah, Mary, Allison, and Everly are not known as the Tinley Park Restraining Order girls because, as stated earlier, they are not on a restraining order against Penelope Percy or her family. Hey, now infatuates people, which is never okay. And Lori Paisley was confirmed to be pregnant, as proven by Liam Beyonda's videos and gave the Suckers universe. Thus, Alan has no right to force me to go back to quote unquote kindergarten because I graduated in 0506. Six, or is it 06 or 07? I don't even know. But he's not going to force me to get a Miss Rachel doll for my birthday because if he thinks that's happening, then he's sadly mistaken. And he's a content Alan is a content thief who steals videos. And baby rooms sometimes have radios to play EAS messages if necessary. The iPod was discontinued as of 2022. But you can still buy used ones. But baby mobiles cannot play EAS messages because they do not have a radio inside of them. And babies can get surgeries if they get food poisoning. Any of a school. Central Middle School in Tinley Park, Illinois is where Marina Pay went to elementary and middle school, but the college years were at the Fox College in the same place as it was close to our original home. And Alan claimed that Brenda's room was Eli's room when it was clearly never Eli's room to begin with. It was Brenda Paisley's room because I was the one who originally made that design. Fine. Fine. So he ripped off. Huh. And drew. Molly's old baby mobile was playing Nintendo music, not music by Mozart, Beethoven, or Tchaikovsky. Babies can get sick if they get spoiled milk, hence why it is not a good idea to give them spoiled milk. Listening to your own heartbeat with a stethoscope does not kill people. It helps to know when people are alive and well. The Percy family, as Alan said, does have Verizon as a preferred phone carrier and uses American Standard as a preferred plumbing system. And those are the two things Alan did actually get correct, as it was confirmed by Gabe Vasako himself. Health, health, that Verizon is their phone carrier and American Standard is their preferred plumbing system. However, one thing Alan did get wrong is Gillette or Skintomate, because Skintomate is hard to get in Canada, and I have a razor on my own that doesn't require Gillette. And Alan has no proof that Liam and Dave use either of the two, and he has no proof that I use either of the two either. However, I I did. However, I did experiment with it a little as a kid. And Julie does not tell her kids to shut up if they are crying. She takes care of them. And I haven't forgotten that Julie would never burn Penelope's phone, nor ruin the game console. And Alan is a trespasser since he trespassed on the Percy family property without permission. And kissing your own family member isn't illegal, nor kisses from a baby on the cheek. Hank. And I don't watch Baby First. I've never heard of that channel in the first place, and I never will watch it. Reporting an age-restricted video that violates the community guidelines can and has resulted in it being taken down by YouTube, as it can and has happened before. I just wish YouTube's system wasn't broken. And reporting an age-restricted video that violates the community guidelines means can and will sometimes work against assholes like Alan. And it's also been noted that Penelope and Molly are not in Minecraft, and the Pussy family does not have Amazon Alexa. At least, not yet, anyways. Hayes, I do plan on making a video where we get an Amazon Alexa for the first time. Hmm. I'm to experiment and what it would be like. Hike. And this will be a part of the puppy trilogy. He, he, as a pussy family, are confirmed to be getting a puppy. In the Gave Soccer universe. Us, the parents of the characters Gave Soccer made would never hit their own children with a baseball bat. The Babies Are Us doesn't really have a mascot. That's Toys R Us. Us. And using characters that people give you permission to use is not illegal, and neither is using characters that are free use characters. And breaking a baby's mobile at the age of 1 will not make babies happy nor kill them, but it rather counts as vandalism of property owned by others, which is illegal and can get you arrested for that. However, Allen and did get right that Windows 7 is beta back. However, Windows 7's beta background was correctly identified by Allen Hernburger. However, according to PC Mag Australia, the pre-beta build of Windows 7 did use the background Aer Lingus, a Clover and Mermaid fan, and 9071, who we will refer to as Aer Lingus, who actually started out as Lego Ends fan 9071, and mentioned as the desktop background, and the public beta build had a beta fish on it. And the baby stroller is not a card, and it did not have explosives in it, nor was the scene shown inside of a Sarkis Bay version of Walmart. And babies don't drink beer. The required age in the US to drink beer is 21 or older. First, kid isn't driving his parents' Chevy Traverse yet because he has yet to get his driver's education at Andrew as of the date of writing this episode. People always ask for help if they get stuck down a hole, and Big Macs don't always keep you from getting hungry. Hey, age restricted videos certainly do not keep people in school or getting Big Macs to eat. Nor does it prevent it from getting removed from YouTube for reasons I mentioned earlier. I haven't forgotten that Alan tried to force Chloe, Sophia, and Zizi to live in a swimming pool, which is illegal. Oh, and watching a washing machine does not get you electrocuted. Great Wolf Lodge in Gurney, Illinois actually used to be called Key Lime Cove, and it was always a hotel, not a member of AMC Cinema or Collage. Or, as he was trying to say in that post from what I made out of it, a college. College is spelled College, not Collage. Age. Is that? Let me rephrase it. College is spelled College, not Collage, as that spells collage. Now, although collage is a correct spelling, it is actually a different word altogether, since it is a picture made out of anything you choose to make it with, including other pictures and words. While a collage is a a college is a building of education, and if you change just one of the letters in college, that being the first E to an A, that makes it's a different word and is phonetically incorrect when trying to spell and pronounce college. And Justin Bradley is not Lula's boyfriend, but rather just a friend of Lula. And nobody drowned Lula since she's a sea sprite and can breathe underwater, unlike like people who can't breathe underwater. Huh. And Liam never made Julie go to Jewel, Osco, Walmart, Benny's Beverage Depot, or Aldi to get swirl milk with quote unquote Bud Light in it because Bud Light was never found in the swirl milk Molly drank in Liam's video, which met Chris Federer, which was not smart of Chris to do. And Shine doesn't exist in Cyclops Bay yet. But it will be soon. Soon. Allen should deal with being called Allen McPedophile because he deserves it for shipping him out. I know of a child with too large an age gap, making CP, or vibing toothbrushes in this case, and all the other crap he's done in the entire YouTube community in general, like sending violence and death threats towards multiple users online, which is illegal, and he can get arrested for doing that if that happened in real life. And he's a racist asshole who has nothing better to do than to cyberbully others. Nonstop and cannot post because he is not my boss. I get the final say in what I do on my channel, not him. And plus, I don't need his fucking permission anyways because he's a pedo who deserves to get called out for his actions. And thankfully, people did call him out. Halt. Halt. And I'm happy to report that according to Twisted 2021, because of what happened to Allen Hernburger, huh? Huh? I cannot, let's say, how Twisted claims that Allen Hernburger was quote unquote dead, but as soon as actual evidence arises, then I will know for sure that he is actually gone in real life. And then I won't worry about him. Until then, I'll still worry about him. And thanks to one of our own, Oliva Super Pup, he was able to find some BS statements. Hence, and he made a few before what Twisik had told me. Mm, mm, yeah. And apparently, he he aimed and Twisted Kid 2021 did actually mention his friends as hops. The problem is, though, mm, mm, Oh, oh, cops don't force people to get run over by a metro because that will make them lose their jobs. I know because I watched a lot of the audits hits and body cam footage of actual officers doing certain actions that are not approved by their own police department. Mm, And so we cannot say, mm, and it doesn't matter if Ellen deserved her to get quote unquote killed or murdered because Twisted Kid should never have claimed that cops murdered Allen Hernburger because that spreads false hate towards law enforcement officers who are actually kind. Kind. Only the kind officers in our society. Alrighty. And it doesn't matter if he deserved it or not. It's against the law for people to murder others just because they harass them. Um, should have instead reported them to the police. Hayes. Hayes. Additionally, Chicago in the Hold Up Productions and also said, I don't know if that's the truth, to be honest. Also, at CIP, any resorts, I don't force anyone to get run over by anything. If they break rules, they could get banned for up to a week or permanently, depending on the situation, or get arrested by police. There's real evidence that Allen Hernburger need. Hmm, Right. And right. So unfortunately, we do. It should also be noted that there is no news source confirming it in general. And oh, and and it's unacceptable for any police department in general, and for the victims' families to have an officer mistreat an individual who did nothing wrong. On. Even though I loathe Allen Hernburger and I am not defending his actions due to how badly he behaved, the harsh reality is that cops should never force people, including those who committed a crime, to get run over by Metro, but rather take people into custody for the crimes they commit. And it's impossible to get run over by Metro just because they get two community guideline strikes. That doesn't work on YouTube. Boom. Here's what actually happens. If you get a strike, you can't upload videos or live streams. Means start a scheduled live stream, schedule a video to become public, create a premiere, add a trailer to an upcoming premiere live stream, create custom thumbnails or posts, create, edit, or add collaborated playlists, or add or remove playlists from a watch page using the Save button for 1 week, and your scheduled public content is set to private for the penalty period duration, and you'll have to reschedule it when the freeze period ends. If you get a second strike, it's 2 weeks, and same punishments apply. But if you get a third one, it's game over, and your channel becomes a dud and gets removed. Luckily, I have a backup. Up. Up. So I'm still going to uphold my claim and saying that Ellen Hamburger is not dead. We still need to take every bit of action against him until he gets terminated. And remember to not believe everything you think you hear or read. Hmm. Hate, or actually hear or read, because as until it has been proven by actual news sources, considering the fact that he had no screenshots of footage of what he looked like in real life, and that there was no footage of cops forcing him to get killed, it makes the story even more inaccurate. And there is no way that he knows that Ellen got run over by a Met. And even assholes in general do not deserve to die because of corrupt police officers or corrupt officials. Holes. 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 This to considering the circumstances of how awful Allen Hernburger has displayed too much over the years. Overall, Hall, hmm, 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 Allen Hernburger gets an uh, overall. Allen Hernburger once again gets an F for maintaining a hostile and belligerent demeanor throughout the encounter, violating multiple YouTube community guidelines, and continuously abusing and harassing people, and stealing content he does not own. Eh, Considering the fact that Allen Hernburger has done multiple loads of damage, he does not deserve the 1.39k subscribers that he has. And he certainly does not have any right to harass innocent people. Oh. Hmm. Hmm. Oh. In general, Allen is only causing more damage to his reputation. And then, for all of us here at Power Palace, we cannot rightfully assign a grade to individuals hmm, who were harassed and cyberbullied hate, hmm, hate by unfortunate circumstances. Hmm. And, hmm, uh, and as for Uh, and as for Twisted Kid 2021, I cannot rightfully. Uh, and as for Twisted Kid 2021 and his steps, Mr. Kid Hayden and his and their real life friends Stephanie and Kelly Vogt, I cannot rightfully assign a grade to individuals who are victims of misconduct by another content creator. Needless to say, they were within every right to criticize Allen Hernburger for all of the actions that they have caused throughout what happened. And I hope many of us take action against them as well. Oh, like they did. And by they, I mean Ellen. Hey, I mean Twisik. Ed and his family friends against Ellen Hernburger and Ashley Hayden. And Ellen has been terminated a few times. It should be noted that Ellen Hernburger has been terminated Hayden on Christmas Day last year. It sadly came back on January 16th of this year. However, Ellen has gone too far. And I wish oh, nothing but his time in jail for what Ellen did in this case. Hayes, Hayes, if anything, he deserves to go to jail. Hell, for what he did to Twisted Kid 2021 and his stepsister and his friends. And including Dylan Walton, the enemy. Neither. Huh. Now, let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to let us know if you if there's an interaction or legal topic you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to hey, and don't forget to check out my main channel for even more horror interaction content. And, and, and remember, folks, also tune in on Monday for the release of our second track of the Powerhouse Films soundtrack. Uh, hmm, hmm.